So Serena Williams addressing people who think she's bleaching her skin, and people are divided over it, and they got a lot of thoughts on it. Now she's one of the greatest tennis players ever, one of the greatest athletes ever. If we would have stopped the century right now, and I was ranking athletes of this century, she'd probably be number one, two at the lowest. You can't deny her impact. I think she and Tiger Woods are the two most impactful athletes in a sport that weren't always black friendly. Let's keep that 100. So let's do that. Now, when I look at you know, she said she put some foundation on. Some people been cold in the comment section. Some people think she looking like one of the cast of white chicks. Some people got some remarks to say. I can't get into what people be doing, you know, but I do know that um she looks different. Could be her choice. I don't know. I can't get into her psychology. I can't say. I can only respect what she has been as created. I do think that she's been maligned and called out her name a whole lot by some very sad people who need to do better things with their time than to be up there being keyboard gangsters and hating on her. I'll say that. But I can't say one way or the other where she is psychologically, spiritual, or anything. Some people will say, is she self-loathing? Is it gonna be some people are gonna equate it to Michael Jackson, who did have Verta Let It Go, but they'll put other things against them. Some will say Beyonce, some will say Sammy Sosa. And some people will say we live in a very racist country in the world where white acceptance and beauty is the only thing that's acceptable. That black skin scares folks. Black ethnic authenticity is something that is hard for some people to accept and tolerate. I agree with all that. I know because you can't walk nowhere in places without being people not identifying you and to not have words to say about how you are. Um, I still got a lot of respect for her as a person, as a human being, and like I said, she's one of the greatest athletes ever. Can't say that I know anything what's going on with the circumstances because I don't. Now she tried to put on some foundation or something. Sometimes I'm one of those kind of people. You're better off the less you say, the best you say. You don't have to address nobody. You know. I do know that there are straight haters who won't respect her talents as a great all-time athlete and won't let that go. And they have resent her for being so dominant, for being such a strong force. And people have called her out her name and said a lot about her, which I have a problem with, you know, because um, she hasn't broken any laws. She hasn't done anything, any harm to anybody. So why all the resentment? I do know there are people who have problems with a woman that's dominant and having this say and sway because it doesn't feel like it hits a certain way. No matter how so called open minded they claim to be or what have you, it's a divisive situation. And Serena Williams did divide a lot of people, but it shouldn't be anything. Uh, you should respect her talents, her God given talents, and hope that she's living her best life. You know, hope that she's going through things. There was that fiasco in Paris during the Olympics, which was she in form of entitlement or was she part of a racist agenda because they didn't want to serve her? It could have been a bit of both. I put nothing past nothing because two things can be true at the same time. What happened in Paris? They could have been really formal with how they are about stuff, and they could not have had a spacing for her. However, if she had walked away with a gold medal, walks in that building with LeBron James, or walks in there with Steph Curry, or walks in there with a gold medal, just with a gold medal, and standing there, I bet you they find a chair for her. I bet you they do her like they did in Goodfellas when Ray Liotta, when Ray were going in there together. When the characters were going there to go be seated, they'll make a table, they'll do a makeshift. I bet you cash money on that. So Serena Williams is a very divisive person for a lot of people, polarizing when it shouldn't be. Like I said before, we should just only, accept her greatness as she was as one of the greatest champions ever. But people getting on her skin and trying to say things we really don't know. It's one of those things you just gotta let it play itself out and respect her as a human being. But people can't do that. They would rather dip and dap and snap and try to say stuff. So, but it's interesting though. Depends on how you look at it. Um, I had to take her word for what she say, you know. But I do know that she overcame a lot. She was a black woman from Compton with her sister Venus, and they overcame a lot of obstacles. There were a lot of player haters and a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Let's not get it twisted. Everybody sees the success and the other side. They don't see what you go through. And she was raised pretty strict and probably not made to feel, and some, not saying within a family, what have you, but between dealing with so-called standards of beauty, so-called standards of acceptance, and how racist and how there is self-loathing within the community, people going at you, you know. So people quick to judge, but they don't push the buttons on their own upbringing. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. And don't judge nobody until you've been in their shoes. And you really can't speak on something unless you understand the totality of the racial dynamics in the states and beyond, especially when you're a certain complexion and what you're dealing with. Because people have been very unkind, especially growing up as a child to your adulthood and everything in between. I'm out.